Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. And what I've got for you guys today is the 6th challenge from the Theatre Mechanicus here. This is the reiteration of the Slumber's Spirits Bridge. So it is pretty much the layout of the first challenge, the Slumber's Spirits Bridge, but instead of having just one portal where the enemies are coming from, there's a second portal. In this video I'll be going over my setup, where I put my turrets, and kind of what buffs I'm picking and choosing. And I'll also be guiding you guys through a bit of the thought process that I put behind when I'm choosing what to build and how to build it. So let's get into the Slumber Spirits Bridge. So jumping into this challenge here, I'm going to be applying a lot of the thought process that I've put into the previous challenges into this one here, where I'm going to assume that Inferno, or the Pyro turret, is actually going to reign supreme in terms of throughput damage. So I'm going to be setting an end game goal of building all those turrets, but for the early game here, for the first wave or two, I'm just building my classic Hydro-Cryo combination at the start, and then I'm going to go into picking my Wondrous Sticks here. And with these Wondrous Sticks, I'm going to be trying to choose as much Pyro and Cryo damage, because those are the two that I'm going to try to build to get that massive melt reaction.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
With round 1 completed, you probably would have noticed that I was actually playing a lot during that event. I was doing things with actually Bennett knocking the Hilichurls around. That's mainly because the first 2 rounds are a bit up and down in terms of difficulty. Some of them are easy, some of them are hard if you have the correct or incorrect Wondrous Sticks. But jumping into placing a new turrets here, I'm placing 3 Pyro turrets on the middle axis so it lobs them correctly and accurately. And I'm again going into the Wondrous Sticks here, choosing anything and everything Pyro and Cryo until I get that meteor shower for the Pyro turrets. And once I get that, that's when the build will actually start to take off. And here it is, that legendary Pyro tower card or Wondrous Stick that will give you the Meteor Shower. If you're going to do a Pyro turret build, that is pretty much a must take, because it will then let your turrets shoot a lot better. Now, I didn't quite take it there because I didn't have enough, but I'm sitting here patiently waiting for me to get 1500 points so that I instantly buy it, and then I pretty much don't have to do anything for a few rounds here. And with round 2 completed, after getting that Pyro Tower buff with the Meteor Strike, which I'm just going to call it the Meteor Strike now, we're jumping into the 3rd round here, where we have higher movement speed characters with wooden shields, so us doing the Pyro Tower build is actually really effective. Now, what I should have done here was replace the Hydro Tower with a Cryo Tower, but I didn't quite do that, so that's something that you guys maybe can look into doing, is replacing that Hydro Tower there with a Cryo one to guarantee those melt reactions instead of freeze into possible melt or vaporize or just no reactions at all. But right there I placed 2 Charity Towers just for the slowdown on any of the fast enemies that might go through really quickly and get past the Hydro Cryo Towers. And here I'm also placing an Arcanum, which is a 50% attack boost to any nearby towers. Jumping into the Mysterious Sticks here, I'm going to buy any and all Pyro damage towers now, or maybe some slowdown cards, just to slow down the enemies and make sure they can get damage before they get past. But other than that, I'm not really looking into any other cards. It's strictly just Pyro damage, possible Cryo damage, and then anything to increase the effectiveness of the Charity Tower. Moving on to round 4 now. You would have noticed in round 3 that I actually let a few enemies almost get through, and that was pretty close, me having to just run back and try to put down as many landmines as possible. That was mainly because, again, in this run, much like the previous video, in this one I didn't build 14 out of 14 turrets because I was being a bit stingy and a bit cocky, but here I'm now building 2 extra turrets to add to the defenses, and hopefully nothing gets past. But there's nothing else I'm really adding in terms of turrets in the front line. Now I'm just going to the mysterious sticks, looking for anything and everything pyro damage or cryo damage to really help me out in terms of one-shotting these enemies. And in round 4 we let a few enemies slip by. We lost about 7 hearts there, but that's fine. We're just going to go back to our Hydra turrets, and we replace them at the end here, which I should have done very early on just to guarantee those melt reactions, but I'm doing it here at the end. So I enforce you guys to do that actually very early on because it will solidify a bit more consistency in your damage. After replacing those Hydra turrets with cryo turrets, I just go back to the Wanderer sticks and just grab any more pyro damage that I can, looking at also any Arcanum effectiveness that I noticed here. And I also look for any of the extra slowdown for the charity.
Let's go find some treasure. Benny's adventure team, assemble!
And there we have it, guys. That's the second iteration of the Spirit Slumber Bridge, or whatever it's called, Slumber Spirits Bridge, where it's the second iteration of that challenge. And this one was a bit more difficult, obviously, than the first iteration because you have 2 portals to take care of this time. But obviously, if you do a certain strategy and you funnel damage into one specific tower, then you shouldn't have many problems. I do recommend that you try the pyro turret build, because pyro turret is one of the strongest turrets in terms of just raw damage. You can try a hydro-electro kind of combination, but that one is a bit harder to pull off. But in terms of a raw strategy, I do recommend the pyro turret with a few cries at the front to deal those massive melt reactions is the best strategy that I can recommend, especially if you get that legendary meteor shower wondrous stick, which then will guarantee you even more damage, and then just setting up more pyro turrets throughout the whole arena will guarantee a lot of damage. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and if you enjoy this guide type of content, hit that subscribe button. Have an amazing day, everyone, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.